everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chloe. I am the mum to a little girl called India who is 4 months old, and on today's video I'm going to give you some breastfeeding tips because India is my first little girl and we are still exclusively breastfeeding, and she is currently 16 weeks or nearly 17 weeks old, so I'd like to give you some tips for that. When I was pregnant with India, I didn't really have much support on breastfeeding. I didn't really know a lot about breastfeeding. I only knew bits from YouTube, so that was that. When I gave birth to India, I had an immense amount of support from a breastfeeding group that is here where I live, so that was really good. But if you don't have that, that is why I'm filming this. So when I gave birth to India, I literally breastfed her within an hour, and then I fed her every 3 to 4 hours from there. I also made sure from the midwives, I also made sure that she didn't have a tongue tie, so I asked the midwives just to doubly make sure, because I didn't want that to stop us from breastfeeding at all. I will warn you now that breastfeeding within the first week to 2 weeks is the most hardest thing you will ever have to do, because you're learning how to get your baby to breastfeed, your baby is learning how to breastfeed, so trust me, it's so unbelievably difficult. In the first week I was that close to giving up and going on to formula, so these are my tips of just how to make it easier for yourself. I use the Lancino cream. Hold there, I'll go and get it. So I use the Lancino cream, which is the lanolin, which is this pink one, or purple one, sorry. I literally put this on after every feed and sometimes before each feed. I stopped using it when breastfeeding was established, and when I wasn't getting any blisters anymore. The other thing to make sure as well is something I was told by a midwife. I said to them, does my latch look good? And they said, we can't tell you if your latch looks good because it might look good to us, but it might be causing you a lot of pain. If you can feel the baby sucking the nipple, so it just pulling in, and you can just feel that pulling motion, then that's absolutely fine, leave your baby on that. But if it makes your eyes water and you're going, oh, that's so painful, take your baby off, because then that is not a good latch. When I was breastfeeding India, within the first oh, some cream's just come out. Within the first 30 seconds it did hurt, but then it settled down. So if it carried on hurting, I would have to take India off the breast because it just would get way too painful, and I knew then it would cause me to have cracked nipples. But honestly, I never got cracked nipples, and I think some of that is because of this cream, and also because I took her off if it hurt, if it was a bad latch. Something else to be aware of is that you can become engorged really quickly when your milk comes in. That basically is when your breast becomes so full of milk. She couldn't latch at all because my breast was so full of milk that she couldn't actually get hold of the nipple to breastfeed. So have a breast pump at hand just to get rid of some milk, so it's easier for your baby to latch. I didn't know you could become engorged, so that is definitely something to be aware of. Also, I developed mastitis. I think there's 2 types of mastitis. I didn't get the bacterial one, although I did get antibiotics because it just wasn't that painful. It was just full of milk, and I think my milk ducts just got really blocked. So if you have a feel of your breast, if they start to feel a bit lumpy in places, that is your milk getting a bit clogged up. So as you're feeding your baby, give your breast a massage to reduce that blocked milk, because otherwise that can develop mastitis as well, which is what I got. So they are my tips for that. If you want to carry on breastfeeding, keep going, keep pushing through that first week, keep asking for advice, looking for advice on YouTube, looking advice on blogs and things like that. Possibly going to see a GP. GPs are great for things like that, and just keep pushing through. So yeah, so they are mainly my breastfeeding tips that I would give to any new mom. I think the biggest one is definitely try and persevere with it. Obviously, if you don't want to, I would not feel guilty for not doing it, because at least you tried. However, I knew I wanted to breastfeed India, and I was so strong to persevere, and I'm still going now. And obviously, once you get past that horrible point, it does get easier. Literally, she's 16 weeks now, and it's the most easiest, enjoyable thing I ever have to do, so it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video helped some of you understand, get some breastfeeding tips for yourselves. If you have got any questions or you want any support, leave a comment in the section down below. If you are new here, please think about subscribing, because I will be posting more videos like this on breastfeeding tips and baby things and toys and stuff. So please think about subscribing. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.